It is Monday, June 8th, 2026. Time for another Fireside chat with Dizzy. And you just saw the fuzzy little puppy dog. Oh, she's poking her nose in through the side. Callie. As you can see, I've got a fire going. I took some old cinder blocks that were kicking around the yard and made this fire pit. And I had thought about having it 2 blocks high, and that was just too high. The one with the capstone on the top seems to be the perfect size. I just didn't have enough to go all the way around, so I do have some other blocks to back there, and I can burn quite a bit in there. And what I'm working on burning now, I had a whole pile of wood. I'd moved it a little bit ago and raked up all the leaves that were under it, and now I have 2 piles of wood from that. I went through it again today. That there is all the stuff that I cannot break up. That will be getting cut with the chainsaw. This is the stuff I was able to break up that I can burn. I've got some stuff over there that I'm basically just going to be picking up and throwing in the fire. Smaller stuff. I have a pile there, and then there's wood in the garden, so it's getting cleaned up. I'm going to be making a little wood holder out here and seeing what stumps that are in the yard that I can get cut and add them to the pile. But yard is getting done a lot more. I will be doing a video on it in the not too distant future. I got to post them for my garden fence. I need to take one out because I didn't have it quite in the right place, and I need to get that in place. Put the fencing up. Some of the fencing is messed up. I do have some that I can use, the same stuff, and any additional fence that I have is going to be going on top of the chicken pen. I'll be taking down the mesh that's on there, putting the wire up instead, and I will have I'll have to buy them, but I'm going to get some boards to go across the top that I can also staple the metal to, and I will then have at least pieces of wood. I don't know that I want to have whole thing boards screwed on top to make sure that nothing can get in there. I'm pretty sure that what got in there was a raccoon. I have a feeling it was a mama raccoon with babies, which is why they went after the little ones instead of the adults. And I found one of the dead babies outside when I cleaned up around the pen. I've been doing a lot of work. I said I'm going to be having electric around the chicken pen. I'm going to have it around the garden. And I am going to the fence line over there, the fence line here. I am going to have electric. I'm not going to put it on places where I might be talking to the neighbors because I don't want anybody getting zapped. I do have most of this fence line cleaned off. I didn't finish it right here. I've got to get that done. And I am almost up to the garden going the other way. There's not a whole lot on the garden, but then once you get down to the end, yeah, there's a lot there. And you can see I've got a big pile of leaves there. I am working to get the yard and the garden cleaned up. I will be working on the garden tomorrow and probably on Wednesday. I'm hoping that I can have it enough that I can get these plants in and get some other stuff planted. And then with that done, I still haven't gotten any manure. I think I'm just not going to worry about it. I can hopefully get the electric up, and I will be taking these big pile of leaves that will be all chipped up. There's also a pile of fence trimmings that'll be all chipped up, and that will be going in the garden. Like I said, I will be doing a video in the not too distant future to show what the yard looks like now. Like I said, I am making progress. There's still a lot of work to do, but the yard is looking the best that it's looked in years. I've gotten out a ton of weeds. I have something that I'm going to be doing to get grass growing in here. That'll be the subject of another video or two. And so that's all coming. I am one of the last things I'll be doing back here is I do have a little pond over there I never finished. That will be getting done. That's where my move my picnic table to. I am thinking of taking at least one branch off so that the pond would then be visible. And if I was staying, I would also be planting some trees to make this area kind of private. And then if I wanted to camp out and didn't feel like camping at the farm, I'd be able to camp out in my own backyard. I might do that anyway once I get all the electric up, just so that I can hear in case anything tries to get in with the chickens again. And I will be having the electric fence for the chicken pen. It'll be down low, about 6 inches off the ground, and then another few inches above that, so in case something tries to climb. And hopefully that'll work to keep the stupid thing out of the chicken pen, and around the garden it'll just be at the top. So that's what's going on there. House, I'm just basically keeping up on what I've already done. I have gotten some more done. I was going to get more done today, but I'll admit I was kind of beat. So that's with that. Farm, well, Licorice, I have groomed her the one day. I was going to work with her, but it's been kind of hot out, and I just really didn't feel like it. Plus, trying to get it really cleaned up out there. I am looking for another horse. If it was just, if I had lost Licorice and not Misty, I wouldn't be looking for another horse. It would probably make my life easier, but it's like, I want to ride. I can't. Licorice is, weight-wise, I'm okay on her, but she's only like about 13 hands high. She's just too short for me. And it's like I never feel right riding her. So that's where I am with her. Of course, I did take the chickens from here out to the farm, and I was afraid that since I was having to round them up and catch them, and even Roxy was a little upset about how I was handling everybody. I was afraid that she wasn't going to let me catch her anymore and pet her and whatnot. She still is, so that's good. But I had weeds that I needed to clear out. I had a bunch of stuff that I needed to clear out. I had old pieces of fencing and whatnot. That's all in the back of my truck. And probably on Friday, because I don't see me having a chance to do it sooner, I am going to be taking the truck, and I am going to be going to the scrapyard and unloading all of that. And then I'll go take the truck to the farm, try once again to get a load of manure. And since I'll have the truck out, I will be moving on the trailers in the parking area and mowing around them. So that's about where I am right now. And when I have more information about a new horse, I will let you know, and I'll talk at you later.